Following the death of his estranged grandmother Sachiko, 19-year-old Hayato inherits her Cafe Familia, which he intends to turn into a car park. Visiting the house where Sachiko raised him, he is shocked to find 5 girls living there. Uka, Ami, Riho, Shirajuku and Akane are Familia's waitresses and Sachiko's unofficial granddaughters. Uncaring due to his past falling out with Sachiko, Hayato evicts them. They decide to manipulate Hayato by seducing then blackmailing him. Hayato angrily rejects Uka and Ami, so Shirajuku is deliberately given alcohol, causing her repressed lechery and male body odor fetish to emerge. She jumps on Hayato, but Ami, as the girl's self-appointed bodyguard, rescues Shiraguki and beats up Hayato. Developers arrive to discuss demolition work, but when Familia's sign is damaged, Hayato regrets falling out with Sachiko and retrieves the sign. Sensing his feelings, Uka makes pilaf from Sachiko's recipe. Hayato finally cries over Sachiko's death. Looking at Sachiko's records, Hayato realizes Familia is bankrupt from Sachiko paying the girls despite Familia being too small to sustain 5 employees. Hayato abruptly decides to reopen Familia but warns them unless Familia becomes profitable in 1 year he will demolish it. Hayato forces the girls to share household chores. When they realize Hayato has seen their underwear by doing laundry, they send him to clean Familia as punishment. Shirajuku insists Hayato eat with them at mealtimes like family. When Hayato and Uka see each other naked in the bathroom because there was no sign, Ami beats him up even though Uka walked in on him. Hayato practices making coffee but the girls agree his coffee is terrible. Later, the antisocial Akane somehow makes excellent coffee. Despite being annoyed by her, Hayato asks for help. Akane realizes Sachiko was right, he does look cute whilst sulking. Hayato childishly responds she looks cute when she smiles, but she doesn't react and shows him how to make coffee. After Hayato leaves, Akane is actually shown to be quite flustered. Hayato is again beaten by Ami, this time for seeing her naked in the bathroom, even though he put up a sign. Hayato takes Riho on courtesy visits to advertise Familia's reopening, but Riho scolds him for acting moody, putting people off. Realizing she is right, Hayato promises to do better. Riho rewards him by flashing her panties, making him fall down the stairs. Riho is shown with a shrine fortune, predicting she will find love with a co-worker. Hayato and Uka argue constantly, so Riho advises Hayato find a solution. Akane advises compliments, so he praises Uka several times, but Uka takes it as sarcasm. He later finds Uka in her waitress uniform, which he compliments as cute, making Uka smile as she made their uniforms herself. Shirajuku, accidentally drunk again, ruins the moment, molesting Hayato. Hayato pays the girls some wages, revealing he has money in the stock market. Ami tries to distract Hayato from discovering she broke his phone and laptop but fails. This prevents Hayato from selling his stocks in a suddenly bankrupt company, wiping out his savings. He punishes Ami for breaking his phone and laptop. Now entirely financially dependent on Familia, Hayato announces the girls will have to rotate shifts so only 2 work at a time. Familia reopens with multiple satisfied customers, until the arrival of Fuwa, the loan shark who always harassed Sachiko over money she owed. Hayato keeps his temper, even stopping the girls from hitting Fuwa when he insults Sachiko. However, when Fuwa intentionally exposes Shirajuku's panties, Hayato blackmails him and throws him out while their customers applaud and promise to be his witnesses in case Fuwa comes back. Fuwa swears revenge for insulting him. Shirajuku realizes Hayato hasn't changed since they were childhood friends 15 years ago. In order to recover from the decreasing customers at Familia, Hayato decides to open a stall at the Cherry Blossom Festival. Shirajuku suggests cherry liqueur cookies but gets drunk and molests Hayato, who is then punished by Ami. Akane gives Hayato a cookie recipe she and Sachiko developed. They open the stall, but Uka is harassed by Fuwa's grandson and his thugs. The other stall owners drive them away, but Familia's stall is vandalized overnight. Hayato recalls Sachiko had an old food cart which they quickly spruce up into a mobile cafe stall, which is a success thanks to Riho's social media work. The same thugs meet them on the way home and continue harassing them. Fuwa's grandson punches Hayato, who took it on purpose, believing Fuwa's reputation protects him from being arrested by the police. Claiming self-defense under Hayato's orders, Ami beats up the grandson and the thugs. Hayato threatens them further by claiming Uka is a secret murderous gang leader, much to her dismay, so the thugs flee. Hayato recorded the whole conversation about Fuwa's connections to corrupt police officers to prevent further retaliation. Uka is surprised Hayato took the punch on purpose so they wouldn't vandalize Sachiko's food cart. Hayato notices between college and Familia Riho is working too much. Riho is grateful for how Sachiko helped her and wants to make Familia successful. She flashes back to her mother who told her those who don't work hard are worthless. Hayato tells her she should do more things for herself, reminding her of Sachiko and making her think Hayato might actually be reliable. Hayato learns Akane plays in a band on her days off but won't let the girls attend her concerts. By chance Hayato comes across her underground concert concert and finds that despite her usual indifference she is a passionate, talented singer. Akane is embarrassed he saw her sing, so he promises to keep her talent secret, but is surprised Akane is unwilling to try becoming a professional singer. Akane is further embarrassed Hayato has bought one of her CDs. The next week the girls discuss living together with a man but conclude from his personality Hayato won't try to seduce them. They wonder what Hayato plans to do when the year is over. Akane claims she wouldn't mind marrying Hayato, shocking the girls, then claims she was joking. Riho notices Hayato smiles whenever Shirajuku praises him, and Shirajuku is envious when Hayato pats Riho's head. Shirajuku is outraged Hayato plans to change Sachiko's old menu, leading to a taste test, a Sachiko sandwich against a new menu sandwich made by Riho. Aware the girl's real motive isn't the menu, Hayato claims he is full and doesn't try either sandwich. Ami becomes a perfect employee, worrying everybody. Akane suspects it is because Ami recently lost a karate match. Ami confirms her coach even advised her not to try due to her opponent's strength. Hayato rejects this, pointing out Ami just needs to learn more moves. Ami recovers but breaks Hayato's new laptop, followed by Uka breaking his phone. After the girls start acting strangely, Hayato realizes that despite appearances they are just employees, not his family, and almost tells them so, only to find they had planned a party to celebrate Familia's 2-month anniversary. Hayato realizes they are his family after all. Akane receives a phone call from her mother that upsets her. From Akane's behavior, Hayato deduces she is planning to quit and move out due to her mother. Akane is grateful for Hayato's help, jokingly offering a breast squeeze as repayment, but Hayato asks her for a date instead. The girls discover the secret date and are suspicious. Akane realizes the date is Hayato's way of asking her to share her problem. She eventually reveals her family owns a trading company. Since her father died she is sole heir, so her mother has chosen a fiancé for her and is pressuring her to have children. Hayato deduces from the lousy coffee she just made Akane doesn't want to go. The girls agree she can't leave, so Akane asks Hayato to help her. They meet Akane's mother, but she is unable to speak her mind, so Hayato gives her a harsh scolding that she needs to stop making excuses and start standing up for herself. With that, Akane gains the courage to defy her mother. She relents and tells Akane can live as she pleases and seems to be familiar with Hayato's family name Kasakabe. The other girls are relieved Akane is staying. As she leaves, her mother cheerfully points out if Akane wants to marry Hayato she will need to defeat the other girls first, much to her embarrassment as she denies her claim. In private, Akane thanks Hayato for his help by hugging him and promising to make his coffee the rest of his life. An embarrassed Hayato warns her not to make fun of him and walks away. Delighted, she confirms she has a crush on him. After paying their wages, Hayato reveals his plan to open a Familia beach hut, though this would involve the girls giving up their summer break in order to work and the hut costs for months' profits to build. Akane rejoins her band mates to start singing again. The girls agree to work the summer and immediately discuss whether to wear beach uniforms or bikinis, depending on which one flusters Hayato more, until Hayato insists on shorts and vests. Shirajuku gets drunk touching alcohol cleaning wipes and molests Hayato half naked. Akane changes her band name like Hayato had suggested, making the others worry she has become a serious rival for Hayato's affections. Shirajuku creates a watermelon parfait as the hut's signature item, followed by a photo shoot that goes viral due to Ami wearing a bizarre mask. On the opening day, Riho sees Akane talking with Hayato instead of working and becomes angry at them before fainting from overwork and heatstroke. Hayato scolds her for worrying him again, which actually makes her feel less jealous, though she throws a tantrum when Hayato refused to apologize to Akane for her. Akane overhears this anyway and smiles. Riho yells at Hayato when bikini girls flirt with him. Akane teaches Uka to make coffee, though it doesn't go well. Hayato learns Shirajuku has a guaranteed chef career after college and wonders why she bothers to work at a coffee shop. Fuwa's grandson and thugs visit the hut and hassle Riho, so Hayato sends Ami to scare them away. Riho decides to apologize for yelling, but when she sees more bikini girls flirting with him she yells again. Akane tells Hayato her next song is about first love. Before he gets her hint, Ami pulls him into the ocean as a prank. Akane teaches Ami to make coffee and she does better than Uka. Hayato has to force Riho to take a break so she won't faint again. A news reporter accidentally reveals Riho's past as a child actress, upsetting her. It is revealed Riho's mother overworked her, leading Riho's father to divorce her over concerns for Riho's health, which Riho never recovered from. Hayato assures her Familia's success doesn't matter if it risks her health, so she agrees to relax more and cries in Hayato's arms. It turns out the girls knew about her past anyway but didn't think it was important since to them she is just Riho, not child actress Riho. Uka's twin sister Kika tracks her to Familia and is angry Uka only has part-time employment and a bizarre living arrangement. She proceeds to insult the girls, Hayato Hayato and Familia as unsuitable for their respectable Makazawa family, so Uka slaps her. Kika leaves angry. Uka explains her family all graduated from Tokyo University for generations, but she couldn't handle the pressure from their parents and left to study fashion. Kika observes everyone from a distance while Uka remembers Kika agreed to attend university so their parents would let her study fashion. Hayato points out Kika continuing to hang around can only mean she is worried about Uka, so he gives her the day off to talk to her. Kika reveals she wanted to go to university, so Uka acting like she forced her to go and then distancing herself is infuriating. Uka realizes Kika misses her and they reconcile. Kika reveals Hayato impressed her, he was the only one not to mistake her for Uka. Later, Uka thanks Hayato for his help and asks how he knew Kika wasn't her when even their parents still mix them up. Hayato points out Kika is left-handed, but she had also shouted at Ami which Uka would never do as she is too kind-hearted. Uka becomes unexpectedly flustered. Akane surprises Hayato by asking about his romantic future. Embarrassed, Hayato claims he won't think about it until he decides Familia's future. Akane accepts he is not yet ready to accept or reject her confession. This is all overheard by Shirajuku. The house bathtub breaks so they must bathe at a bathhouse while Hayato agrees to install a new bath and toilet. Akane informs Riho she confessed to Hayato at the beach, so if she loves Hayato as well she needs to let him know soon. Riho finally confesses to Hayato but instantly claims to be joking. Hayato is uncomfortable by this and repeats himself that he won't think about romance until Familia's future is decided. Riho accepts this, but the next day loses her temper as Akane now openly flirts with Hayato. Their rivalry is noticed by customers as they argue over Hayato. Ami steps in to calm them down and force them both to stop fighting. Akane admits she provoked Riho on purpose so she could be honest about her feelings as she tends to keep them bottled up. Riho confirms her statement and apologizes for losing her temper. They both agree to be civilized rivals. Hayato witnessed this and runs off confused, afraid he did something wrong. Despite the misunderstanding, Akane and Riho both swear to tell Hayato how they really feel for him. That night, Hayato sees Shirajuku in Sachiko's room. Hayato decides to create another new menu item. Akane and Riho notice Hayato doesn't trust either of them, given their recent rivalry behavior. Shirajuku is annoyed when Hayato casually mentions her moving out soon to get a real job, so she abruptly confesses to him as well. Thankfully she was just drunk on kitchen disinfectant and passes out in her underwear. Hayato hears a rumor about Sachiko and finally demands to know why he saw Shirajuku in her room late at night. Shirajuku's flashback shows Sachiko was once a 3-Michelin-star chef in Spain who mentored Shirajuku's father, which is how Shirajuku first met Hayato as children. Sachiko never wanted Hayato to know she had to quit being a chef to raise him. Hayato blames himself for ruining Sachiko's life, but Shirajuku assures him Sachiko never once regretted choosing to raise him. Hayato decides he simply can't let Familia fail. The other girls, all eavesdropping, tearfully agree to do whatever it takes to make Familia thrive, though their emotional outbursts only cause Hayato to yell in frustration. A flash forward shows an older Hayato, still working at Familia, but now with his teenage daughter, though which of the 5 girls he ended up marrying is left a mystery. As Hayato and the girls are having a picnic, a drunken Shirajuku tells everyone that she loves Hayato, much to their shock, especially to Akane and Riho as they have another rival in their hands to win Hayato's heart. Thanks for watching everyone, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and write in the comments on what the next anime to make a short retelling.